It's been 7 years since the Valve Index released, and Valve is finally back with something new. The problem is, it might already be outdated. When it comes to VR, people love to argue about tracking and ecosystems and the extra features. But what really matters is the visual experience. That's the foundation of it all. After all, we perceive VR with our eyes. It affects motion sickness and immersion, and honestly, whether or not a headset feels like it's worth the money. Now, ease of use matters too. But in the Big 26, most headsets are good enough when it comes to ease of use. So what matters now is what you're actually seeing, what the physical hardware you bought is, and how much did you pay for it. The Index launched in 2019 for $1,000. Yes, expensive both then and now. Then just 1 year later, the Quest 2 would come out with about the same visual experience and technically a higher resolution for $300. Fast forward to today, the Meta Quest 3 already delivers what the Steam frame is promising. Standalone capability, solid visuals and pancake lenses, and wireless PC streaming. And the Quest 3's been doing that for 3 years. So just on paper alone, it took Valve 7 years to do what Quest did in 3. But here's the real problem, the price. We don't even know what the Steam frame is going to cost yet, but originally Valve said they wanted it under the Index's $1,000 price. But what does that mean? $800, $900? And if that's the case, you're paying hundreds more dollars for the same visual experience as a Quest 3. The other thing to notate is that wireless PC VR streaming has already been solved. If your PC is plugged into your router and your Quest or Pico headset is on the 5G or the 6G band, you're already going to have as optimal a wireless PC VR streaming experience as your PC is capable of. Having a dongle and foveated streaming and such, while cool, and unless you just don't have a router or have a really old one that measures its speeds in kilobits, there won't be a perceptible difference on the visuals. Now, meanwhile, in the last 7 years, other companies have gone nuts with iteration. Pimax has released 6 different headsets in the last 7 years. That's almost the iPhone release schedule. Now, we all know about the Big Screen Beyond, Big Screen Beyond 2, and Big Screen Beyond with eye tracking. Big Screen up to now has been seen as the premium option for social VR users. 2560p micro OLED, pancake lenses, super light form factor, and now eye tracking for $1,200. Pimax just made a product that undercuts their entire product line, the Dream Air and the Dream Air SE. The Dream Air SE, whatever the hell SE stands for, is posed as a direct competitor to the B2E, but with included audio. Yeah, the Beyond doesn't have audio. All of that with a really cool software suite that borderline does magic for $900. $300 cheaper than Big Screen, but there are certain understandings you get into when you buy from Pimax. Eventually you'll get what you ordered, but they are there as a more features, much cheaper option for that premium I want my lighthouses social VR user. And these are completely PC-powered headsets. No onboard GPU, no RAM. This means that they're almost completely unaffected by the current hardware pricing spikes. Yes, we are in a component crisis because of the AI gold rush. RAM prices are skyrocketing and GPUs are still up. So if Valve is only just now building a standalone capable device, they're going to be paying multiple times more for the components that go inside it than Meta did when they built their inventory starting 3 years ago. The parts inside are more expensive, so the whole device is going to be more expensive. Want to know something fun? You don't have to give up your lighthouses that track your favorite Knuckles controllers and your full body trackers. With any Quest or Pico or really any headset period, you can take your Vive tracker, stick it to your headset, run a calibration tool, and that's just it. I and many others are doing that right now and have been for a while. Plus, there are now so many options. Current and upcoming standalone full body tracking from Slime VR, Flux Pose, it all looks awesome. Add on face tracking modules from Project Babel, and hey, you can still find the Quest Pro for way cheaper than an Index. With a modern optical stack including QLED with local dimming, face, eye, and even eyebrow tracking for the rest of you animals. My point is, you can build that perfect setup of what you want out of a VR experience right now. So, in conclusion, there are more VR options now than have ever been before, and if the Steam frame launches being expensive and with all too familiar visual quality, it's gonna be a hard sell. Not because it's bad, but because it's a few years late. And what matters to me most beyond what company sells what headset is that people pay a fair price for the physical thing that they're getting. Now I could talk somebody's ear off about VR hardware for hours, so if you've been holding onto a headset for a really long time, whether it's because it was really good or because you're waiting for the next big thing, I'd like to know. If you have an opinion on any of this, go ahead and share it. I'd love to read it. Thanks for being here, and I guess I'll see you around. Hope we're recording. That's a good take, I think. Alright, we'll call that a good section. I forget how many sections there are. I already said way more than was in that section.